Personally, I can tell you this as I'm going through a transition in my life, trying to figure out who I am. I have so many people who give me these postmodern thoughts. Well, if that's what you feel like you should do, or my favorite one, I had somebody tell me, well, it sounds like maybe it's something you should try. Well, what if what I'm talking about is suicide? What if what I'm talking about is something that's not good? I have one friend, and he's really good. He's one of my best friends of all time, and he's really good when I tell him stupid things I'm thinking about. He does Father Knows Best, and he talks with me, and he gets me to see and say what it's right. And he never tells me I'm right or wrong. He just lets me go through it. And I have another friend, and she's probably my favorite friend, because when I tell her stuff, she just looks at me and she's like the only one that says, "You're wrong. You're stupid. What are you? You think you're 16? That's completely ridiculous." And that's the type of friends you need. It's nice to have cheerleading friends. It's nice to have people to encourage you. But in the end, you need people who tell you you're wrong and give you boundaries and rules. Look, as we have said repeatedly, everything is spiritual. So if we are in a spiritual battle, we need spiritual rules, right? So we don't need physical rules, we need spiritual rules. I was raised with rules. I was raised in a home with rules, lots of rules. One of those rules was don't go to movies. Never been to a movie, Mom. Don't go to a movie, because apparently that was one of the worst things you could do as a Christian, was go to a movie. I was raised at a church that emphasized strongly about long hair and not having long hair and everything, because apparently that's one of the worst things you can be as a Christian, and have long hair and not have a short mullet, because everybody knows Jesus had a crew cut. In the end, you know what? It didn't help me one bit. Yes, I looked clean cut and I looked good looking. And yes, I had an extra $5 that I didn't waste on Ghostbusters or anything like that. But in the end, it didn't make a bit of difference, because I was in a spiritual battle using physical rules. So if you're taking notes today, our first thought, our one simple truth is this: spiritual battles have spiritual rules. And so maybe you're losing a battle, but maybe that's not your battle. Maybe you're losing a physical battle today, and you're wondering why God isn't doing something about it. But again, what does God fight? Does God fight physical, or does God fight spiritual? You may be losing a physical battle, but God doesn't fight physical battles. He fights spiritual battles. So maybe Jesus doesn't even care about physical rules.